Wow, have you missed us, people? Goodness gracious, super excited. I even if y'all haven't missed us, I have missed you, my friend. It has been a while. It's good to
Yeah,
see
it's been a
you.
while. Been on a sick note.
Yeah, he's for people who don't know, we almost lost Mans. He's been
Well,
struggling.
no, a bit of an exaggeration, but
Hey, for podcasting, for story's sake, it's great.
yeah. We'll get around to it. How have you been? All right.
Yeah, honestly, I took last week off from work and obviously just used that time to work on SOB things, and that's been great. But yeah, back to work this week, and I just realized I was like, man, I forgot how much I do not. Or let's just say this: I forgot how stressful my job can make me. Just like on a split second, like 98% of the day can be good, and then all of a sudden, those final 2% of my shift can just be the fucking worst. And it's like, why does it gotta be like this? And I know for some people, 100% of their job sucks, and so I try to be thankful there. But man, it's inspiration. It's inspiration to work harder and figure out.
Yeah, something to do with it, I suppose. It's the best way of looking at it. Something to do.
Yes. In worst case, I get paid, and that is what I tell myself for what I do and how often I work. I am paid well to do it. It just stresses me the fuck out.
What stresses you out?
And specifically, it is management and the tools and resources they have, but do not use it. And I also, I'm not a big fan of being told one thing when it's very obviously another, but you think you're like outsmarting me or us. Like, I hate that. Like, just be honest, tell the truth, especially when it involves the messing up. Like, there's always like if you like, just, you're the boss. Point of being a boss, unfortunately, is to like, not everybody's gonna like you. Sometimes you gotta have those unfortunate conversations. Sometimes you gotta be the bad guy or whatever. And I just feel like my current management, they don't ever want to be the bad guy, even though they are 100% like not failing us, because that's kind of harsh, but they are not doing their best.
Yeah, it's hard being the boss. It's hard being the boss, I think. You got to play a role, haven't you, if you're being the boss? You can't really be yourself. You can't really be that substitute teacher who wants to be liked. Do you know what I mean? You just got to be like an entity for the people's. But, you know, I don't like it when things go wrong and I've fucked up. So that's what makes me stressed. I noticed we made a video this week and we're approving it and stuff like that. There's a lot of copy on the screen and stuff like that. And I read it 4 or 5 times. But did I really read it? Did I fuck? And we were like, through the final edit, like version 5, everybody's getting really pissy. I'm still finding things that are wrong with it. And then somebody came along and said, the guy that's getting interviewed, his name's spelt wrong. For fuck's sake, what's going on? It's like, oh God, I didn't check that, did I? It's like, oh God. So I try to distance myself as quickly as humanly possible from it, because I don't like it when shit goes wrong and it's my fault. So that's what I don't like. And I tend to find that when you're in an organization that's a little bit disorganized and you've got somebody who's not quite prepared to, understand the different problems that you have, it can make people feel that way as well, because people just want to do a good job, don't they?
And that's my big experience from what I've learned. Yeah, nobody. I don't want to say nobody, because you try not to speak in generalities, but for the most part, nobody wants to suck. No one wants to be bad at what they're doing. Like in the end, someone has pride in something, like even if it's not huge amounts. And so it's like, in the end, I just want to do my job the best to my ability, where I'm not stressed out about it, and I need you to set me up for success. At least I want to know that you're at least doing your best to set me up for success. Don't be lazy about it and then be like, oh, I'm trying so hard though. I'm trying so hard. And it's just like, but like we can point
Do you know
out
what I
multiple
don't?
things that it's not. Like, what are we doing?
I never want it. Do you know what? I get sick of here. I get sick of fucking hearing about how hard people's lives are. Do you know what I mean? Particularly when it's like I don't know. I don't know. I know your life's not that hard, people who are complaining to me how hard your life is, or like how hard your commute was. The current big thing that's the conversation with everybody is like return to work. You won't have return to work issues, but like everybody being forced to go back into the office. Obviously, I think it might be in the news somewhere in your country. I'm not sure.
No, it's definitely a conversation.
It's a huge thing, particularly the girlfriend's employer. So like everybody's just like constantly fucking talking about it, and it's like tough shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm sick of hearing it.
I mean,
he says being able to work from home as much as he wants.
I mean, yes, I get it. What annoys me is businesses make it seem like, when we bring you back, it's gonna boost morale. You're gonna be working harder, and it's like all statistics show that people actually get more work done at home because there aren't a million distractions. You just have this 10-year lease in this building that you're losing money on. Like, don't lie to me when you're just as a business losing money. Like,
it's the pension funds have all invested in this property. That's the thing. So the pension funds make the fucking world go around, and we're not fucking stupid. We all understand.
Yeah.
But I think there is something to be said for certainly when you work in a collaborative environment and you need to actually do shit with people, that you do need to get them in. Now, my old boss hated people working from home. It was this big fucking bugbear, and I used to love working from home because I could toss it off. And I'm quite a conscientious worker, but I will make sure that my house is so fucking tidy. We've got mice at the moment. We've still got mice. Did I mention we had mice last time we spoke?
Like just in your place? I feel like
in the house, in the fucking flat.
That's a thing. What happens, especially when you live in like group buildings and things. I mean, I had an apartment that I lived in, and that was a thing too. I'm thankful I have a cat. I mean, I owned a house, and actually, that was like the first thing my cat on her first day, she caught a mouse. I didn't even know I had a mouse. She just like walked in and like had a mouse in her mouth, and I was like, oh, well, all right, you have earned your keep, Splotch.
Yeah. Do you think she played you?
I mean, if she did, hey, if she did, it worked.
It's like whenever I go and like, if you ever like have to house sit somebody's house or something, they got a dog. Pro tip, cook the dog a steak on the first night, right? No hassle. Yeah, honestly, tell them like the no hassle. The dog is fucking yours for the rest of your entire life. I've got a friend I go around, and me and that dog we get on very, very well. Anyway, mice. Yeah, we got fucking mice. Yeah, the guy that came round, shout out to the guy who came round the first time. He was down. We chatted for about an hour and a half and had a really nice time and did sell loads of traps and stuff like that. And he goes, you're putting your house on the market. You'll find this out. I goes, no. He goes, it's just really, really clean. That's how clean my house is. Right, from working from home, right? You could get an estate agent around here at any time.
Are you selling?
It's not that I don't work. No, it's not like I don't. No, it's like, mate, this is how I live. But he goes, I keep telling myself that I have to clean out the back of my car. Well, really, you should do. You sound like fucking Jordan Peterson, but there's no excuse. But my main benefit there is I could, and this is the lovely thing about working from home, I can get up in the morning, put a wash on. I can work conscientiously through the day, always be available, chat to my colleagues when I need to, get on my meetings, to get everything done. I can pull my washing out when it's ready. Yes. Yeah, because I can find 5 minutes to get my washing out the washing machine. I'm having a break. I can still have a chat on my thing, bring my laptop with me if I need to, whatever it is. Washing's done. And it's all those little bits of life admin that you can do at home that make up the actual benefit of working from home. But I also think there's a real negative of working from home, and that is isolation, because we are social people, and I do think we all benefit. I certainly benefit from getting off my house and going to the office, and I really enjoy it. But we've discussed at length, that's because I work in a nice place near all the nice things, and it's like loads of fun. Are you texting people while I'm fucking talking?
Yeah, just a quick message.
Oh, that's all right. It better be if somebody's fucking important.
It is.
Honestly.
Of course, I wouldn't just be taking around with
Oh
you.
yeah, no. Honestly, I'll look after you. Well,
It was a quick little tweet. No, it was no. I'm just checking in with somebody.
Yeah, it was just seeing what the fucking weather's like. So your dickhead's 1-4 It's been shit. It looks all right. Is it not all right?
No, weather's been shit, but no, the team City's been up and down. You know, we had the big loss to Arsenal, and then we should have beat Orient, but we struggled. We definitely were down for a little bit, and then the capitulation against Real Madrid. And
capitulation, that's a nice word.
I quite enjoy it. And
I like capitulation.
And
fractal. Fractal is the thing that's going around at the moment. If I hear one more twat say fractal, honestly, shut the fuck up. I mean repeating. You don't mean fractal. Because a fractal doesn't repeat, right? It scales up and the pattern repeats, yeah? It's not a repetition. People keep saying fractal when they mean it's a fucking echo. They don't mean that. That's the same thing happening. That's a repeat. Yeah? A fractal, right, is the same pattern on a different scale. It's like you zoom into it, like it's spiral. Anyway, please continue.
Yeah, like a snowflake.
Capitulate. Yeah, like a snowflake. But the idea is when they keep saying fractal, they talk about it with things repeating. Right?
But the whole thing in it is it doesn't repeat.
Well, a fractal does repeat, but it scales up. So you see the pattern repeated on a different scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same but slightly different. Yes.
It's a fractal, not a fucking okay, let's think about like you in Star Wars. Anyway, carry on. You said capitulate. I like that.
Yeah.
Word.
Well, and then we handled
the word fractal.
Yeah, and then we handled wow. Who did we beat today? Newcastle. We beat down Newcastle. Yeah. The clean sheet was great. I like that Chelsea and Forest also lost. So we're comfortably in fourth and could looks like if Nottingham Forest, they seem to be kind of mentally breaking. Looks like we could get in that third spot, which is even better. I will take that. Like, what's better than fourth? Third. Obviously, we're not getting in the first or second, but Champions League is the priority. That's all I care about.
Some great sports maths there.
And then, I like Pep. He used choosing off play. We saw Nico again, just having an actual holding midfielder instead of two 33-year-old midfielders who were going to be backups in the first place. Like starting, it's been humongous. Like there was such a calm. I'm going to have to watch we did a watch along, but just because City had so much control of it, I was just really just bantering with the friends. I was making memes and shit. Like it was all vibes. When it comes time to have to talk about the match on Monday night, I'm going to have to rewatch it because especially after the 34th minute, he had that was when Marmoush had the hat trick. It was in the 34th minute. So basically after that, I was like, whatever, it's vibes. All I cared about was holding on to that clean sheet. And that was the biggest thing. Pep used all 5 subs and we kept the clean sheet. In fact, we scored an extra goal. So that was the most important part because we've been so wasteful, not making extra passes. And they did it. Even if the passes go nowhere, just pass in fucking circles until someone opens. An extra player comes in and tries to steal the ball away. There we go. Now we have some space where your players can run into space and make the passes. Trust each other. Like do all of those things. And they weren't. And this is a match. This is a sign where they are. And a lot of it was Nico. A lot of it was Nico Gonzalez. And he's fantastic. Like Pep. He gave it up in the pre-match presser. He definitely admitted that this team is what it is. Like there will be no more expecting players to come back. It was a lot of the players know what they need to do, and I'm going to be honest and say what the players need to be doing. He even said what's the point of me going in there and being like, oh, what was that? They know they know that they made a bad pass. They know that they gave up the goal. I'm just gonna run in there and start yelling at them. That's not going to help the situation. But they need to figure themselves out.
He does like a yell, though, doesn't he?
Oh no, he's definitely in there yelling, but I'm sure it's more like a bigger thing than pointing at and being like, Ederson, that fucking pass. Phil, what are you fucking doing? It's everybody, all of you guys. You need to be
maybe,
doing this. Oh
maybe
no, Pep is definitely yelling. I mean,
I think he should have been screaming at him after that Champions League pass the other night. The twat.
Yeah, well, and honestly, a lot of what I will give that match to, those injuries fucked us so bad. Like having Grealish was killing, and with such a defensive side, we kind of needed Grealish because he can hold up the ball, he can earn a timely foul, he helps with the press back and forth. He comes out now. Phil Foden comes in. Phil, who decides what good he's going to be. He wasn't tracking back and forth. He wasn't making those runs. He wasn't holding the width. He was losing the ball a lot. And against Real Madrid, you can't just be giving them all those chances. So
holding his weight. You can't be holding that weight, boys.
At least if you're a winger, you got to.
Get that crap. Keep that clear.
Play with that chalk. But yeah,
you got to do it.
It's going to be interesting to see where we are and what we're going to do with City. I'm at this moment though. I'm happy. At this moment, I'm very happy. But it's up and down. Win, loss, win, loss.
Well, you should be happier as well if you've not got some kind of court ruling about sponsorship as well.
We beat the Premier League, but that's just the APT. We still have the 100 to 1,530 charges, but I do. The APT is great because it's like, hey, even if we lose the 150 charges, which we might, I think we're gonna get hit with like 10 to 20 charges, which is still, let's say that's 3 points a charge. That's still 60 points. Will we get relegated for it? No, but that means we might not win the league for back-to-back seasons. That might be 2 seasons in a row we won't win the league. Or it depends because they talk about the ruling will come down. However the ruling is, the other party's going to fight it. So then that's going to push it down another 6 to 8 months. And then that ruling's going to come. So then like it won't even be the 25-26 season. It could be the 26-27 season by the time City finally get hit with whatever it is. It's just a bunch of bullshit. It's just a bunch of rich people doing rich people things, which I don't.
Kick it down the cam.
Yeah.
Kick it down the cam. It's all about controlling it, mate. It's all about control. I've been eBaying things. Like selling shit. I've been selling shit. I've sold 3 pairs of trainers. So 1 pair of sandals, which have been returned. Right. Does anybody know how fucking eBay works?
They returned the sandals?
Yeah, because apparently they were the wrong size. They were clearly advertised. They were stated as the right size. They're Birkenstock. Birkenstock?
Can you put like sales are final on eBay? Is there
you can do. Well, you can dispute it, but it's also a vegan Birkenstock. What's the point of arguing with somebody who's bought a vegan Birkenstock?
Yeah, whatever, motherfucker. Just send it back.
Whatever, send it back. I'll sell it to some other cunt who will think it's the same size. So it's like it's a European 41, right? And then she's got like, the person who's bought it's got the price, the size, looked at the Americans, said it's not a 7, it's not an 8, it's a 7, which is what it is. It's actually 7.5 UK, and it's big. So it's too big for the girlfriend, which is why it's being sold. I could have had that conversation with her, but I was like, nah, send that back. So, right, I sell them. They're 35 quid. Send them, get the printing label off. She's paid for the postage. Yeah. Send them off. Fine. Give me 35 quid in my little account. 35 quid. I've got 2 broken PlayStation controllers because the girlfriend keeps fucking hammering them. It's not me, honestly. We call them man hands for a fucking reason. It comes in handy. Right, but it's not. But it cost me a lot in DualShocks. Yeah, it cost me a lot in DualShocks. So I sold 2 broken DualShocks for 20 quid. Right, so I'm now at £55. What did I say? 35 quid? Yeah, 55 quid. Right, she's paid a postage and packaging. He's paid his own postage and packaging as well. So I've only got like the 35 quid. She paid like 38 quid. Now I've got some money in my account. Right, the next purchase I make, it makes me buy the fucking postage. Right, so the next sort of sale I make, I sell another pair of trainers. People want to buy your trainers. Why do people want to buy your old fucking trainers? Do you know what I mean? That's weird, isn't it? I don't know. I was going to throw them in the bin or give them to charity, right? And then I thought, you know what? I've hardly worn these, really. They're all right. some decent Adidas, a pair of old indoor Puma.
You don't say Adidas?
I say Adidas, don't I? Because
I don't know what I was waiting for you to say Adidas.
I did that. So what, you think I'm a German, yeah?
Do you say Puma?
Puma. Well, how I wasn't going to say Puma. I'm going to say Puma, am I?
Puma.
Fuck's sakes, Puma. I want to say Puma. Look, I'm from the nice part of Rochdale, mate. We say Adidas around where I'm from. And we were looking at houses the other day, and there is a nice part of Rochdale. There is a nice part.
There actually is a nice part of Rochdale.
There fucking is, yeah. Because
You might not think it, but there is.
We're thinking we're going to buy my old house that I grew up in. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, so we've got a little tracker on it. So we keep looking at. We go, oh, look what you can get. Because obviously we used to land in Paris's, aren't we, these days? And then you go look back at Rochdale. You can buy a city hall for it. Do you know what I mean? For a small flat price. It's not much of an exaggeration, really. So anyway, there is a nice part of Rochdale, and in Rochdale we say Adidas. You could say Adidas.
Mm-hmm.
You could say Adidas, but you'd be fucking wrong. So that's your choice. Talking about Puma, we went to see Ernie. Young Eric's still not talking to me. Hi, Ernie. Mm-hmm. Yes, people do make mistakes in relationships, Eric. Eric, my eldest, is favorite at 12. His favorite rapper, if I get my words out, is Eminem. He's got some angst, hasn't he?
Yes, he does.
He's got some angst. I hate my dad.
Eminem in 2025.
I hate my dad. Well, I tell you what, Eminem fan, Eric. Eminem's mum didn't buy him the best pair of Predator that he refused to fucking try on. Yeah. Wish somebody sent me a nice pair of Predator. You know the laceless boots, everybody? They're tight as fuck, yeah? They're the tightest fucking thing in the entire world. It goes, they're too small for me. They're not too small for you. They're just uncomfortable. They're an uncomfortable thing to put on your foot. It's not that they're too small for you. Because
run in them a little bit
more. You got to run in them and it'll stretch to your foot size. And it's not fucking shut up. Anyway, Ernie's going to have them. Ernie's a bit of a demon. So we were going to see Ernie last week. We went up to Manchester. We didn't get the same apartment as we normally do. And the normal apartment, as I've taken a picture and shown you, has a wonderful view of the Arndale because it's at the top of Market Street. And anybody who is from Manchester or understands what I'm talking about, that's a fucking ridiculous thing to say. This other one was on the other side of the building. Didn't have the view of the Arndale. I was very disappointed that I didn't have the view of the Arndale that I wanted. I saw my girlfriend's sister's boyfriend. We'll call him brother-in-law for the sake of a couple of fucking words. I was chatting to Josh and I went, so you're in the same apartment? I went, no, it's not quite the same one. We're a bit disappointed. I said, it doesn't have the same view of the Arndale. He goes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand that. That's a fucking... The Arndale's one of the ugliest buildings. Have a look. You've seen the Arndale. I've sent you a picture of it. Yep. Have you got a computer there? We do us a favour. We just get the Wikipedia up at the Arndale Centre in Manchester. What type of architecture is it? Is the question I'm curious and asking. We couldn't quite figure out what it was. It's not brutalist. It's like 70s. I don't know what it is. Is it modernist? What is it? Is it postmodern? What is it? I don't think it's postmodern. The only postmodern building I could identify really is the one in Canary Wharf with the pitch roof. If I'm not mistaken.
If you do look it up, it is called a brutalist style. It says brutalist.
Is it brutalist?
Yeah.
Does it? Is it? I don't think it is because it's tiled. I thought brutalist had to be concrete. Anyway, there you go. I'm not sure what the Venn diagram of architectural enthusiasts in your show is. But if anybody out there is capable of correcting me, please feel free to jump in at this stage. Didn't have the view of the Arndale, but we did have a lovely time with Ernie nonetheless. We went to Ninja. Before we went there, we went to the gym the week before and we got Ernie the new Puma Portugal kit with a Ronaldo on it because that's his favourite player. Ugh. So we got him the full kit. Yeah, that's right. Ronaldo.
The full kit? So like shorts too?
He's 7.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the 12-year-old. I was like,
no, I'm not doing that. Fuck that. No, I'm not going to shame him with that. Fuck's sake. No, he got a Ronaldo kit for his birthday. He just got the whatever the fuck it is.
Al Nassr.
It is Al Jazeera, whoever the fuck he plays for.
Shout out to the media company.
Yeah, that was a joke. That was a joke.
But yeah, no, 7-year-olds.
I was gonna say something
they
else.
can be a full kid. I know, I'm proud.
But yeah, full kit. Full kit.
Growth.
Great. It's not as funny though, is it?
Actually, it's as funny because now
it's not. It's not
they
as
can wonder.
funny.
They can be like, "What was he about to say?" That's great.
You know exactly what I was going to say. So anyway, one thing that I was troubled with was the amount of time that the Puma flagship store on Carnaby Street. I'm assuming it's the flagship store, right? How long does it take to do a fucking Ronaldo shirt printed? How long? I used to work in JJB Sports in Rochdale, everybody. So remember, I know how long it takes to press a fucking shirt.
I assume even when those Puma stores is ridiculous, though. I'm sure it's like tons of people. I mean, it should be quick. Yeah. It should be an hour max.
We went in after. I tell you what, it might even been between classes. So we went to the gym. We then went to it. I don't think it opened until 10. We must have been in there maybe about 10:30. 2 hours. Not a fucking soul in the fucking shop. 2 hours. 2 hours.
That's a lot.
No, I tell you a lie. We went in there at 12 after we'd been at the gym, right? So it was still dead because nobody goes shopping at that point on a Saturday. And then it was still 2 hours. Too long. Too long, Puma. Too long to have me walking around. We went to the Adidas store.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you do for that time? Yeah, you just roam around.
I went to another sports brand and spent money with them because I'm not walking around in your dead shit. Am I? For fuck's sake, with an Oasis shirt, the font. Definitely fucking whatever. Or maybe like a Ferrari fucking pair of. What do we think of people who wear F1 gear? That's like weird, isn't it?
No, I'm down for it, especially
like
because
Mercedes. Why?
Not Mercedes. Now that old boy has left. Now that he's on Ferrari, I'd rock some Ferrari shit. I'd rock some Ferrari shit.
Would you? Would you?
The red? The red? Oh, I mean, obviously, like I know I don't have the car, but it's like, you know.
But no. It's like, I mean, I have you got anybody's name on the back of your shirt? It's that magnified. You know my opinion of grown men wearing football shirts with other grown men's names on the back.
Oh yeah. So let's not even.
Yeah, it's really shifty. It's worse than that. Walking around in a Ferrari shirt and driving a Kia is not fucking. It's not gangster. It's like
it's not supposed to be gangster.
And do you know what I mean? And then
everyone is the complete opposite of gangster.
The fucking worst bit is when you walk on the bus in a pair of driving shoes. So,
wait, no, that's too much.
You've seen them. You know, like with a rolled back. You know, like a rolled back pair of Puma. They're fucking driving shoes, everybody. Yeah, the F1 ones with the fucking Puma sign, the suede boots, they're for driving. That's why they got a rolled back heel. They're not for running, are they?
That's hilarious. I didn't know people wore them as. I mean, I've seen people who are big fans of football and they'll wear like indoor football shoes out.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, it's the same thing, I guess.
I discourage my 7-year-old from doing that, frankly, because you'll ruin the tread.
Well, yeah. No, these are crazy. I don't think I would rock these. That's too inside baseball. That's like too inside. That's too inside baseball.
Mm. Anyway, so this vegan returns a fucking pair of Birkenstocks. I'm not arguing with. It's just like fine. So I'm like quids in at this point. I've got lots of money. So I've got me 20 quid for my controllers. No problem. I accepted. No issue. Thanks to the bloke who bought the controllers. Hope you've managed to hack my details somehow from them. I'm a bit sus about that. I didn't factory reset them. I'm sure there's nothing. You can use them for bits. You use them for bits, can't you?
I mean, if you're good enough for that, like that's
I assume so. Yeah, I would have tried to fix them myself, but I think getting into them is a bit of a pain in the ass. And I haven't got a solder by anymore, so it's not hard, is it? Fucking hell, come on, some dickheads made it. You can take it apart and sort the parts out, but I can't be asked doing that. So 20 quid.
Me either. No, I totally sell it.
She sends that back. I pay for the postage label for her to send it back. I'm assuming it's a woman. Might not be. Could be. Could be a small-footed man with vegan sandals. Yeah. Could be that may be you. If you're a small-footed man with vegan sandals, if that's your life, good for you. I'm happy that you're happy. But I had to pay for the postage. So that came out of my 20 quid. So my 20 quid gets like subtracted. So I've only got the 35 quid immediately goes because I've refunded this woman. The 20 quid now gets her postage subtracted. So I'm on what? Somebody do the math. 17 quid. Right. And then the next thing I sell, which is my other pair of trainers, another pair of trainers, I then have to pay for his postage, even though he's paid for the postage. So my 17 quid goes down to 12 quid. Right. And then, like, I promoted something, so an advertising fee came out. So my 20 quid now is down to like 9 quid or whatever the fuck it is. I've sold 3 things, and all my account balance keeps doing is going down. I don't understand how the fuck it works. The person pays for the delivery, but then I'm paying for the delivery as well, and then I get reimbursed. But then sometimes they don't. I sold a TV, right? And they're holding my money on this TV that I sold for 31 days. Why? Oh. Why are you holding my 50 quid for a second-hand TV the guy picked up and collected
50
and
quid,
bought us
none of that for a week, for a month is
crazy. A month?
I thought you were gonna say like a couple hundred, but that's hilarious.
A month? A fucking 50 quid TV? Who the fuck? Honestly, and if anybody, please, somebody buy my bike. I've got some shelves that are going to go up in that little cupboard. And the bike that we do not use, that is a nice bike, is on the eBay for 75 quid now. Will somebody please go and buy it? Please, because it means nothing to me. It's worth about 160 quid minimum, right? I've checked it out. More, about 250. You know, I could leave it outside and somebody could take it, but I am a bit tight, and I'm determined to grow this little nest egg before eBay take all of my money in fees. Absolute pricks. I'm told Facebook Marketplace is the way to go, but I'm not fucking stooping that low. That's fees of eBay. Oh no, I just don't understand it. I'm going to figure it out though.
What?
The other thing that... Go on.
Oh, no, go for it.
Don't hit me.
I was just going to complain about the hat tricks because Marmoush scored the hat trick. Yeah. He got his third goal in the 33rd minute, so I called it a 33-minute hat trick, and someone was like 14 because between the time he scored his first and his third was 14 minutes. No, motherfucker, he was on the pitch for longer than that. Yes, you can say it was 14 minutes for him to score the hat trick, but like, is this really what we're doing? You can say he scored a hat trick in 14 minutes, but it's...
I think your problem is reading the replies.
No, I mean, it's
a good question. It's a good question.
It's not Twitter. It's not Twitter. If it was Twitter, I would have just blocked him. But it's Blue Sky, so I'll answer. I'll go back and forth with you. Well, not go back and forth. I will respond to you, and that's it. Like, we're moving on after this.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're both right, but it's just like, why are you correcting me? He even did like the asterisk. It's just like,
I think that's. Are you on Blue Sky?
Yeah, I'm on Blue Sky.
It's just full of it's full of cunts on it because it's full of people going to go and correct your grammar.
I mean, they definitely do that on
there's
Twitter.
There's no porn. There's no porn. There's less.
No, there's porn. There's more. Trust me, there's porn. There's porn.
There's more. What, on Blue Sky?
Yes.
But is it the ugly girls?
No.
Come on, that was funny.
I mean, they're there.
That was. I think that needs. I'd clip that. I'm just gonna say. I think that was hilarious.
No, we don't ugly shame. They need.
I do.
They need some sexy time as well. I mean,
yeah.
We won't be those people who are sexy timing them, but like, shout out to those who are. You know?
Come on. It is perspective. You don't
younger me who used to really like to drink, you know, have I knocked out some ones I'm not the most proud of? If I saw them out and about, would I like look at them at all? Absolutely not. I'm blowing right past you. In fact, I'm gonna pull my phone up. I'm gonna do that thing where people they're texting so they can't see you. I'm gonna try to go all the way around. I'm gonna do my best to make sure you don't even know I exist anymore. According to I do not exist. In fact, you're gonna think I look like me but I'm a different person. You mistook me. Like that's not who you thought it was. I'm not who you thought it was. You could even come up to me and be like, "Are you?" And I'm like, "Who's that?"
Child services.
Oh god.
And you'd be like,
"Oh man,
never. No, never been there. Never lived in this state. Just passing through. Transient.
Oh my god.
What else have I done? I've been to a podcast recording. I've got a list of stuff that I did. We got a Richard Herring podcast. Hello, Richard. I hope you're having a nice time. He's on Blue Sky with the ugly women. and you.
RHLST
Richard Herring.
With
Richard Herring's one of my great heroes. I love Richard Herring. Richard, I think you've given up on life. Dave Gorman was on. You won't know who Dave Gorman is. He's a British comedian who's got all this. And before he came out, I said, "How many pairs of sketches will we see on stage tonight, Kim?" And Kim said, "Just Richard's." And Kim was wrong because Dave Gorman was also wearing sketches. So I got to listen to two middle-aged men with sketches.
Are they like Tottenham fans?
Why do they sponsor Tottenham?
Well, Harry Kane was he's sponsored.
Yeah.
And so I just assumed, I was like,
yeah, my kids have got sketches. I'd see it as I'm literally gonna, if I ever have to go for custody for whatever reason, I'm gonna fucking list it.
Oh yeah, no, those are getting burned. It's like
it's
no kid of mine is wearing sketches in public.
You want him to? I mean, what are you trying to do? You're gonna make him? We're gonna bully him. They're not. I'm gonna bully him. Come here, what are you wearing?
I think if I see if I see an adult rocking around with Skechers, I'm going to assume that you think ketchup is spicy. I'm going to assume that you have the taste buds where you like cardboard. Like, that's just kind of what I'm
I completely agree. Yeah, you're a bland person. You are a bland person. Did Skechers not have a product that promoted weight loss when you walked? Wasn't there some fucking thing, right? Where the
way to say it, and it makes you
also you lose more calories from
lose weight because the way that it makes you
lose
walk.
weight when you exercise.
Yeah,
it's like, no shit. But those are the people that you're selling to, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm getting some of those. I'm kitting the Ozies, and I'm going to get myself some Skechers, and that's it." So we watched them. We saw two lads from the north. It was excellent. We go all the time. Larry and Paul were two people.
Those
he always records them. Richard Herring was part of Lee and Herring, who were very big in the 90s for people like me from the 90s. Stuart Lee. I told you I saw Stuart Lee. We were going to get Tim Dillon tickets, but Tim Dillon cancelled at the last minute because we were on the priority list for that theatre, and he cancelled right at the last minute. So I was a bit annoyed about that. We're going to go and see somebody called I don't know what's going on, Tim Dillon. They were quite annoyed about it at the theatre as well. So I'll put that out there. It was supposed to be there on the 24th of February. And for a night with an American Psychopath, I was really looking forward to that. I thought the irony really is, Tim, that you would be playing in the theatre that saw Stuart Lee do his werewolf thing, where he's basically a $60 million Netflix comedian with a werewolf suit on, which I think I told you about.
Yeah, you did.
So Tim would be the actual monster that Stuart was playing in the same theatre, and I thought that would be really nice to see. But I won't be seeing that. I saw Larry and Paul, who were a couple of lads from Leeds, and I believe that one of them was on cocaine. Yeah, that is what I'm going to put out there. Yeah, most people in Leeds are on some form of cocaine. That's
some form of cocaine.
Some form or approximate cocaine. I think the further north
could be the good stuff, could be the more expensive stuff, could be the cheaper stuff. Either way,
I've no idea. It's not anything. Those days have passed me, I'm afraid to say. But I'm sure everybody enjoy yourself in moderation. That's the best way to be. Oh, good. And we've also got tickets to go and see Kate Blanchett in The Sequel, which I'm told it is the hottest ticket in town. So that completes my my cultural roundup. Apart from that, I've done fuck all else. I did have a couple of tickets to go and see Some video by some LA artist from fucking some riots in the 70s or something in the take of the week, but I did not go. I stayed at home and played video games. And I'm kind of pleased that I did.
Oh, Kate Blanchett. I was like, I know who this is.
Yeah, of course you know Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, she's great.
I'm not playing at things. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know you're not.
I'm not playing at things. We go. Apparently that's the hottest ticket in town.
For some reason,
She
does it for me. She's older milk.
She does it for you. She does it for you.
She's some good milk. You know.
You reckon?
She's preserved well. I don't know why.
What is it? She's not my type, mate. To be honest with you, she's a bit pale. She looks like she might be all headaches and fucking complaining.
I feel like that's just English though, right?
Yeah, not all.
They're like tan. Yeah, I guess Jack Early's just somewhat tan.
No, he's not.
No, she seems. Yeah. Oh, here.
Kate Blanchett, good actor, very nice, good actor. Actor, do you have to say actor?
I think that's kind of what it is. I think I'm just putting a lot of respect because I was like, oh yeah, her. Okay, anybody who's just good at their job, they're a little more attractive to me.
Let's test that theory.
She's got decent cheekbones. I'm a sucker for cheekbones. I don't know why.
Well, that's why we go.
Cheap.
Where's Valentine's Day?
Yeah, man. I kept it pretty chill. I did all, I did all the a lot of by hand stuff. Like I crafted a nice card by myself. Had like a bunch of different papers and colors, and wrote a nice long hand letter note, and made some origami flowers, and made a bunch of like chocolate covered fruits, and made a nice dinner from scratch. Like made the noodles and everything. Just typical.
Are you cheating or something? What the fuck's going on?
No, I'm broke, so I had to do all the stuff by hand. I'm saving up for this trip. I'm broke. Couldn't take her to a nice restaurant.
Yeah, but you don't want to take them out on I think we can all agree that taking someone out on, unless you're dating, at which point you got to pull out all the stops. Unless when you're in a relationship. Oh
yeah, I wouldn't be taking no stranger. Wouldn't be like the first 3 dates where I'm taking you somewhere nice. I learned that a long time ago.
I think you're an idiot for going out on either New Year's Eve or Valentine's Day.
I'm with you. I would be I'm very particular with where I go and where I eat, especially where I live. I'm not just gonna go eat anywhere. So if we were to go eat, it would be a very specific places where I like and respect what's being done there. I wouldn't, but yeah, I couldn't imagine going to a new city and being like, hey, I heard great things about this place, let's go. So then everything's marked up. I know where I'm going, I know where I'm working with. And thankfully there aren't a lot of places where that's kind of the good thing about living in this rural Midwest where I live. Places will be busy because of Valentine's Day, but they're not necessarily the place that will mark up the prices. Food, yes, roses, all those other typical things are more expensive, but I feel like the restaurants just know the vibes. They're just excited to have people in the restaurants. Yeah. But what did y'all do? Did you do anything?
No, we just fuck all. We Kit cooked a mushroom burger, that's not with some garlic mash, which was very, very nice.
Ooh.
We eat very, very well. She's also baked a cake today because I bought her a small. When she's a bit mental, because obviously, as we've discussed, I'm divorced. And when you get divorced, you've got to get yourself a borderline psychotic girlfriend. And I like my borderline psychotic girlfriend. We get on very, very well. She's absolutely mental from time to time. So when she's absolutely mental from time to time, which we communicate very well on, and it's all cool, I get out a small sign, right? A small sign says "mood swinging operation," and I put it down like the floors have been cleaned. And I just make sure that we understand.
Where did you get the sign?
Fucking, Amazon or something. Do you know what I mean? I was browsing the gifts, and I thought if anybody I know needs a fucking sign pointing out that everybody's awareness.
I'm aware.
Everybody's awareness. Yours, mine. When we're having a conversation, we need a visual reminder. It's like I hired a nice BMW the other day, and it will go. right? So I put the speed limit on because I don't want a ticket. So I'm getting on, yeah. And I need a visual reminder occasionally when I put my foot down, because I'm just an angry driver, as most people are, to ding, ding, slow down. It's the same thing. Mood swings in operation. Your decisions you're going to make right now might be impaired by whatever the fuck's going on in your mental little state. So I got a very small little sign to complement it, like a little death sign that says something like "I love you" or something. That's really nice. So I got that. And on top of that, Kim is also permanently fucking cold, right? And it doesn't help that I've taken the 2 radiators off in the kitchen/lounge, but it's usually warm in there. We've got a little fan. It's all right. It's an expensive fan as well. We won't go into that. It's a different conversation. But I bought her an electric blanket because, getting on in it. And she got an electric blanket and a little sign. So there you go. 2 killer gifts. And I teed it up. I teed it up as well as I did with Ernie. Because I was chatting to him about, so Ernie, you got a new football kit? He says, yeah, my mum's just got me the new Man United kit. It's all this season, so that's great. Says it hasn't got anybody on the back, because some of his shirts have got names on, some of it hasn't, and he gets a bit annoyed when they haven't got them on, because spoiled kids. So I ain't got it on there. I thought they're half price, aren't they? All our kits. Have you noticed? Does everybody know? Our season's that shit. We're that shit that it's fucking February. All our kits are on sale. All our kits are on sale.
Cities are right now too. Yeah, cities are now too.
All of them. They're all on sale.
Yeah, they're on 40% off right now. It happens every single year. That's usually when I buy my kits. But I actually bought a bunch of them at the beginning of the season. They were on sale also. They weren't as on sale, but
most of them, they do that. But you'll notice, and this is my sort of what I've seen anyway. If you're doing well in the season, usually your home kit's not reduced until later on in the season. Your third kit's the first one to get reduced. Your away kit, unless it's a really popular one, will also get reduced. But usually, if you're in like a final or something like that, which normally we're a cup team, your home kit's normally quite expensive still until you finish the final. And it's always been like that. Even in like all the sports shops when I was a kid like that. If you were in the final, they keep that shirt expensive until they brought out the new one. The new shirts used to come out August-ish. So ours are all on sale. Anyway, I teed him up and I said, oh, that's a shame. Who would you had on the back of your shirt? He goes, well, Dad, I would have had Ronaldo, but he left. I went, he was right to leave there, wasn't he? Because he was fucking right about everything he fucking said, didn't he? Everything he fucking said. Everything he fucking said, Ernie. Dad, we went, yeah, Dad, don't go on about that again. I'm bored of that. I'm 7, but you've told me at least 14 times. The last time we saw each other, but thanks for mentioning it again. All right, fair enough, Ernie, I'll leave that. But Ronaldo, yeah, I'd have Ronaldo. He plays for Portugal, doesn't he? And I went, oh, your brother's got a Ronaldo kit. He plays for Al Jazeera, doesn't he? And he goes, yeah, he does. He plays for the media outlet, doesn't he? Dad, yeah, that's right. You're a bit racist, Dad. I said, I'm forgetful rather than racist. But thanks for correcting me. So he says that is that why my mum left you? And he went, actually, I left your mum, Ernie. Thank you. Shut the fuck up. And we proceeded anyway. I teed him up for the present pretty well, and I did the same with Kim by the time he got a Ronaldo kit, he was baited. He was absolutely made up. He was glad it wasn't the Al Jazeera kit; it was the Portugal kit that took 2 hours to print. 2 hours to print.
That's insane.
And I'm telling you, I'm not being funny. Puma, right? They were stood around doing fucking nothing. There was nobody in that shop. There was us two. I dropped 120 quid on a child's kit, and I had to come back in 2 hours' time. 2 hours. What are you doing? Just asking.
Yeah.
I go to the Adidas shop, right? The Adidas flagship store, which is a good size store. They had a Predator thing on, which I wish I'd had a go at, but I got a bit shy. I always want to kick the balls about in the thing, and then I think I'll make a dick of myself and embarrass myself. But then I also have this.
I mean, that's low key part of the point, though. Like, go have some fun. Relax a little bit.
I have this.
It's an Adidas store. Like, you expect it to. They got
I have this fantasy that I have this fantasy that I'm gonna do a load of kick-ups, and then I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, that would be cool, though.
I was saying Mourinho's going to pop around the corner and
volley it in.
It's like, I nearly got nutmegged by a skiller there who was in the foyer, who was a young lady, and I nearly kicked her legs from underneath her. I had to stop her because it was my initial reaction, just to like absolutely floor her because she went to meg me. Oh, I'm not fucking doing that. That was a different time. What was I talking about? I don't know. It was a nice little.
Well, you were telling me about all the. Well, first you were telling me about all the places you've gone and done, and I think
that was it. Thank you. I've remembered. Okay. You don't have to complete your sentence. I've remembered. It takes a second because there has been a brain trauma, which we'll come around to at the end. So we primed up Ernie for his kit. He was absolutely made up with his kit. He said, "Dad, this is my dream kit. My dream kit." He says, a little 7-year-old boy says, "Oh, I'm so excited." There you go.
The Portugal kit?
So, the Portugal kit. He wanted his Portugal because he loves Ronaldo that much, and all the other kids have got a Ronaldo kit. There's a Portugal kit, and he wanted.
That's so crazy that even 7-year-olds are like Ronaldo. Like you would think that there'd be like a new player, because there's so many ballers out right now that Ronaldo still has a hold on the kids.
That's true, but he's 7. His older brother's 12. So he's got that older brother look-up thing.
That's fair.
So, and his older brother, it was still like Messi and Ronaldo for them, and it was Ronaldo for us in the house. Zlatan was Eric's favourite player when he was little, because he played for us at the time, and he's a fucking man.
He is.
Do you know what I mean? So we've always liked that. They both do violence. They both do the violence in their spare time. Proper combat bitch. So that's the people we like. So yeah, he likes Ronaldo because he's a rapist. Ernie also asked me about Michael Jackson. He said, "What's Michael Jackson known for, Dad?" And I said, "Child abuse, Ernie." Kim said, "No, he's also known for great songs like Thriller." And Ernie says, "I like Thriller, but what happened to the kids?" And I said, "Well, Ernie, somebody's got to tell you." And Kim said,
"Why are you telling a 7-year-old this stuff? What are you doing?"
Because I don't want. What's wrong with telling him he's about child abuse? He's known for child abuse. What's Michael Jackson known for? Well, I'm not going to get into the racial politics. I think that's too complicated. But he's got to know that the guy's potentially a paedophile.
Hey, the rumored, alleged. It's all.
And Kim said this. He was never. And I said also he was never convicted. But his music, I said, was so good, Ernie, that we still enjoy it today despite the child abuse. So think about
alleged child abuse.
Think about that one.
You're so.
Think about that one, son.
Oh my god!
Anyway, fair point, Dad. I do want to spend. On the way home, he did say, "Dad, I want to spend half my time with you and half your time with your mum." And I said, "That was the nicest. I'll bless him. He's well. This one's well on my side. We can't.
I wouldn't mind spending more time with you."
I was like, "You can't. I'd love you too, son, but you're too little bit. When you're old enough, you can come and live with me and we'll have a great time." That's what I'll need to lean on him financially. So that was it. Yeah, so I teed Kim up for the arrival of a technological solution to her cold feet, which is an electric blanket. So she got a little sign that says "I love you." So a nice little one. She put on the desk because we like the sign. The mood swing sign's great, right? Because it's really good, people, to talk about your emotions. We also have an emotional barometer in the house, which is from the School of Life. Hello, Anton. And you put it down and you've got little cards to discuss how you're feeling and stuff. And I'm pleased to say most of the time it's that happy. Sometimes I put it at sulky. That's a emotion. I don't think that's emotion.
Yeah, that's probably it.
But that's me. I'm either angry and sulky or happy. So that's kind of where I was with that. But previous to, and those are my kind of like my moods. I have been suffering, as I said last time we spoke, a little bit from confusion, which I'm pleased to say has passed. Good. So I do have a neurology referral, but I did end up going to A&E like 3 or 4 times in between the time we spoke last and today. And I've reappeared. The first time I've been going in there with headaches. I had an ear bleed. I think we discussed the fact that I had a perforated eardrum and I was just soldering on. That didn't get much better. I was a little bit ill still. And thank you to my private medical insurance, I ended up in A&E again. And then fucking again. So I ended up in A&E enough times that they gave me full bloods and ECGs because I kept presenting like I was having a stroke, which is, fair enough. Yeah. Like I was having facial pains, right? Not like I want to watch.
Yeah.
Do you know who looks like he's had a fucking stroke? We'll just briefly segue back from my facial pains and potential neurology issues to fucking Marcus Rashford, who definitely has some kind of fucking neurological fucking issue.
He is gone. Leave him alone. He is at an Aston Villa.
What's his fucking picture? You know the picture I'm talking about.
No, I don't. I don't
you
think
you're about
Rashford.
I believe the phrase is, I don't think you're about that life, Marcus, right? He's turned up with some fuzz on his face. He's a fucking gangster's fucking grin. Look, you fucking have a look at the picture. Get it up now. Have a look at this prick. It's a put Marcus Rashford Villa sign on, right? And just have a look at his sign on picture with his fucking smirky fucking stroke face that he's got. Mate, you've made a mistake going to Villa.
Oh, I see it.
Because he's not. Do you know what I mean? No.
It looks like they call him like mid smile. Like it's like
you're on the corner. Is it your fucking ends? Is it fuck? Go on, jog the fuck on, you fucking absolute dickhead. The amount of times I defended that man from political hate and racial hate amongst my friends just for being a dick, right? And
so now you're gonna have a go at him.
Ultimately a dick all that time. Right? Some of the defense was justified because I don't think they should have been criticizing you for those things. But their sentiment about you being a cunt was correct. Right? How they got to there was wrong, but you are still a cunt. Right? And I don't think it matters what route you take to the decision that someone's a cunt. It might be prejudicial. It might be not nice. It might be from the wrong side of the fucking track. But if they're still right about you being a cunt, you got to take that into account. Everybody thought you'd been a cunt.
They're not saying he's a cunt. They're like, you black cunt. You
no,
that's what I'm saying. So kinda,
yeah, no, you made a very good point. That I think all those words.
That's my only pushbaff. But I mean, I'm with you. He does. He does appear to like himself and feel a certain way about himself, which I don't. Given you kind of need.
Yeah,
you need that.
Yeah. I take the racial bit back, but I think they are right about him being a cunt.
Yeah. Well. I mean, he again
just
when he's gotten so much hate for so long, you kind of almost have to turn your brain off from like anything that the people around you are saying, which is not great because how can you give it your all if you have to like segment?
Do you know why people hate him that much? Do you know why people hate him that much?
I thought we had the chat.
We just wanted him to do good.
And he did good, but then he didn't. When he was like 17 and 18.
He did well when he was young. Yeah, he did well, and we just wanted him to do so good. And
he went from being a
that's what it is. That's what it is. It's frustration.
They spoiled him. They spoiled him, and then
they did spoil him.
I will give him credit. Well, not credit. I will give him like it's almost like a little bit of bell. When you have like 5 or 6 managers in 6 years, 7 years, it is a little tough. Like
you can still go and score some fucking goals, though, can't you?
You can,
and you can still run around the fucking football pitch.
And you can
still run around the fucing. Honestly,
very fair points.
Honestly,
very fair points.
Honestly, and if he, anyway, so I thought I was having a Marcus Rashford signing on space a little bit, right? So I end up going back to A&E for the 3rd time, right? And I'm in Newham A&E, which is all right. It's Newham A&E, right? And I explained before, it's got all the people from all over the world in Newham A&E, but I'm the only person whose name they can't fucking pronounce. So I keep getting lost in the fucking system, don't I? Including having appointments booked twice because they didn't realise they'd spoken to me because they thought I was somebody else. Because apparently they think I'm a little bit more ethnic than I actually look and present.
They see the name,
you know what I mean?
And then they
it's
see
like, what? It's like, what? No, I spoke to that nice young man. That can't have been him, right? So let's book him in again. Yeah, it's like, fuck's sake. Honestly, right? That's weird. So I had given bloods a number of times. Not given bloods. They're taking blood samples. It's a different thing. This young lady takes me into a room.
I'm not donating my blood.
Nobody wants my blood, honestly. Kim had gone for a coffee, and I've got great veins. Lovely veins. Nice and lean. Honestly, it's like a practice dummy. There's no way you can miss my veins. This girl goes in, and she's digging around for quite some time. Right, she's definitely hit the vein, but she got in the vein. As she fuck, she's going in, she's going out, she's going in, she's going out. She's like, all right, yeah. And I'm not good with needles anyway. Like I say, I feel a little bit faint. I'm gonna go. Should go to this one. I'm like, okay, have a quick go, but I think I might need to lie down. So as I pass over, pass out. Bearing in mind the thing I've been presenting with is really severe head pressure, dizziness, shortness of breath, right? And then subsequent confusion. So I've been having a turn. Do you know what I mean? I've been like vertigo or something like that, and it's making me feel like I'm going to fucking die. Do you know what I mean? Like, and some of my bloods have indicated I've got low oxygenation. I've also been to Peru the other year, and I nearly fucking killed myself there by not being able to breathe because I'm a dick. Not in a particularly like impressive way, just at night time, because I've got sleep apnea. Right? If anybody's got sleep apnea, right, and you go to altitude, you lower your blood oxygen at night time anyway, because you breathe quite shallow. But then if you've got sleep apnea, you stop fucking breathing, don't you? Right, so you continually stop to breathe, and you have a very, very low oxygenation level at night time. But that's dangerous when there's no oxygen. Right, so like 4 or 5 days, and I'm not going to go and get any oxygen from these oxygen things. So we decided to cut it short and flew back from Lima, from Lake Titicaca, because that's the fucking life I live. Anyway, fast forward to Newham Hospital. I'm sat on the bed, and I've suffered from these particular symptoms that would indicate that I'm probably going to pass out. Yeah, if you carry on doing what you're doing. I lie down. And when I say I had an out-of-body experience and I fucking died, I had an out-of-body experience and I fucking died. I went, not necessarily all through my life, but I was like, the final bit, I was having like a conversation with somebody about something. And I was like, going through like this disused industrial thing that was quite green. It was quite sort of a lot of growth over the concrete and stuff. And I was like feeling my way through. And I was like, I can't go now. It's not right time for me to go right now because Kim's out there. It's very, very rude for me to go right now. She's getting me a coffee. I can't be going. I've got stuff to do. I've got loads of stuff on my list. And I'm having a conversation with this other voice. And the other voice is saying, well, what's on your list of stuff to do? As I go around the corner of this thing, I get ripped around the side of this planet. And I'm getting sucked and I go past this move. And then like the voice is saying, you don't have anything on your list. You've got absolutely nothing to do. There's nothing that you need to do. And as I sort of came to a little bit, there was literally like nothing. So I go past this planet. It's cold as fuck. I go past this thing, and then it goes into white. And there's this 3 columns of text, and the left-hand side says, I know something. And the words start to vanish up. And they're vanishing like they're melting away. And this voice says, you've nothing to do. There's nothing you have to do. And there was nothing. When I say there was fucking nothing, there was no breath. There was no sound. There was no thought. I couldn't start my mind up. So there was nothing. And all there was nothing. And I couldn't fucking breathe. And it was terrifying. Fucking terrifying. And then I snapped in. And I woke up and I was like, there's nothing. And then I passed out again. Right. And I go back, right. And then I came round again. The second time I passed out, I couldn't really remember what happened the second time, but I just woke up and I was like, fucking, there's nothing. And when I said I was like white, they lost my pulse. They had to put me in the major incidents unit.
Oh, you
and
really
I was
did?
there. Oh, I really fucking crashed.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. So like, and I'm like, not a color that a person should be. I'm sweating just profusely. I've just like had a fucking proper fucking little moment where my heart and my head have reset completely. Wow. So then I had a load of MRIs, functional MRIs, blood tests, this, that, and the other. And the thing I took away from my near-life experience was, I'm making most of it up, right? Because I just know from the light sourcing on the planet that I'm a fucking idiot. It's very similar to the time I was visited by a demon, which we'll come on to in a second, right? And I got ripped around the side of this planet, and it was just like the start of Star Trek The Next Generation, if anybody can remember Star Trek The Next Generation, which I believe the effects were done on an Atari ST, right? And they go around the planet, and then there's a moon, and the thing that's wrong with it is there's 2 light sources. So there was a light from behind the planet that I could see was like eclipsed as I went around, but then the moon was lit, and then half the planet was sort of lit as well. So it was like there was 2 suns. But it was like getting sucked to the edge of the universe. It was really fucking and I mean, when I say I was traumatized by the nothingness and the voice, that there was just this calm voice that said, well, what have you got to do? So I was like making the case that I had to stay and I couldn't die right now because I had considered that I was not very, very well. So they'd put like the ECG on me, they'd done the bloods, and I wasn't feeling great, honestly. I was worried enough for a grown-ass man to contact a doctor. So I was that worried. And it was like something I'm thinking, yeah, no, you know what? People do actually just die, don't they? And I shouldn't be like confused and shit at my age. I'm not a confused person. So I was seeking medical help. I'm pretty convinced that my brain might have stopped, my heart might have stopped a little bit. And I might have had like, because I've passed out before, but I've never been fucking, it didn't feel awful passing out. Passing out feels embarrassing. And then you like snap round and you've had a little dream. You're like, oh, what the fuck happened? Oh, isn't that odd? If you've ever been knocked out or anything like that, or you passed out, that's my experience. This was not the same. This was like coming around for it, and I couldn't fucking breathe. And the nothing. When I say I couldn't start my brain, there wasn't a thought, a spark. There wasn't any language. There wasn't any experience. There was nothing. There was nothing. There wasn't me. The only thing there was actually was me, and the me's. Do you know, like you've got multiple me's? Do you know what I mean? I've got a core me, yeah, and then you've got all the other little bits as well, right? But they were there. But it's like the fucking computers were down, and it's like, right, okay, well, but even to do that, like the language for amongst the me's wasn't there to communicate. There was nothing. And it was fucking white and terrifying. And that's like that's what the other side is. So that's what I did in Newham Hospital. And then I also read a nice book over the next couple of days of tests. I read Timequake by Kurt Vonnegut. Kurt Vonnegut is one of my favorite authors.
Oh, Kurt Vonnegut.
Yeah, Kurt Vonnegut. He's dead. Kurt Vonnegut, he doesn't like this book. Does Kurt Vonnegut? He rewrites it 4 or 5 times. But for me, it's like the ultimate fantasy. Because there's a time quake at the end of the 1990s and you have to relive it all over again. And I just thought, I haven't read this book for fucking years. And it's like my ultimate fucking fantasy. It's just like watching the overlap. There you go, it's a football joke. Because they want Manchester United players on that.
Yeah, and they just go, oh, you remember that time? And now players nowadays are shit. I'm just kidding. I actually don't mind.
They do. That's exactly what they do. And do you know what? And I sit there and go, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you are. You're right. All of you are right.
I mean, there's a reason why they're there. I mean,
yeah, because there's old people like me want to do it. There used to be Saint and Greavesy when I was a kid. You can give them a Google. There you go. Saint and Greavesy. They were old people. And they used to go on there and do pretty much exactly the same thing that this lot do. But I didn't know what the fuck they were. I didn't enjoy it. They were 2 old, grumbly old men who talk about football for half an hour.
They're ventriloquists?
No, that'll be Spitting Image. That'll be the Spitting Image Saint and Greavesy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Which former footballers, Ian St. John and Jimmy Greaves. Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, I know about Jimmy Greaves.
Yeah. They used to have a chat show on ITV, I think. They used to be on Saturday mornings. Or Saturday, like pre-game. That'd be Saturday lunch.
They had Mike Tyson on before?
Yeah. Well, there's footage of Mike Tyson, and I think is he sparring with Jimmy Greaves? And they always like mistaken, they always get like the context completely mistaken because it's like a sports interview. And he's like showing the old footballer how to fight.
Oh my God, sent Tata Sports. Wow, that's taking me back.
Yeah, there you go. The old people, yeah, that was for old people talking about old things. There was Jimmy Hill, of course. Jimmy Hill, the legendary Jimmy Hill. Bet you never heard of Jimmy Hill. Ever heard of Jimmy Hill? All these old white people. You got Jimmy Hill. Jimmy Hill's famous for having the biggest chin. His chin's like the fucking Nimitz or something. You could launch F-16s off it. Do you find launch F-16s off a Nimitz? I don't know. It's probably
my gosh. That is a chin.
Again, another great football. And then, of course, you've got the great Brian Clough. You think I'm joking about these things. You see, when there's truth said, like the size of the man's chin, You've got to believe the rest of the things.
No, I'm seeing. No, I Google it, and like the first photo that popped up is a side profile. So like, all you see is this.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Jimmy's Jim,
legend.
Wow. Talk some shit as well, did Jimmy Hill? I think he was he something to do with the FA or the PFA? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Adidas have got some. Adidas have got some. What have I written that for? Can't remember. Adidas have got some new United stuff out. I don't know why they're fucking bothering. I won't be buying any shit. I don't know who would.
Because people do. People buy that shit.
That's why are you buying? Why would we be buying shit when you crap though? What's going to make you part with your money?
They've been crap for so long. Like, what's the difference? What's the point? Like, and I mean this like respectfully. If they have been unsuccessful, you're still a fan of them. Like, I mean, what's the point?
That's a fair point.
Like I get if they if cities all of a sudden. Well, I mean, I would stay a City fan, but I would understand where people because I need to do an unboxing for it. But like I got my. I finally got this is in here is Man City when they won the treble. They made like a treble edition, special edition kit with like the names and boxes and stuff. And I ordered it originally, and they sold too many, so then they had to make more. And by the time they shipped mine out, I was moving, and they didn't necessarily tell you when it was shipping. And then I'm trying to go back and forth with Man City, and they gave me a link, and they were like, "Hey, once the thing gets shipped off, this link will work." I didn't know that they had already shipped it, and so the link wasn't working. They couldn't help me. U.S. Postal Service, all this other shit, UPS, it's not great. So I actually, someone has years ago. Someone has my kit. Someone has this kit. They probably have no idea what it is. They got a free kit. But they for some reason brought them back at the beginning of this year, and I reached out to them and I was like, "Hey, yo," and I even used the old chat that I had with them. I just updated it and I was like, "You can look at all these emails before. I did not get my kit. I see that you brought it back. Send me my kit," and so they did.
Oh, nice.
So I will give them that because. They didn't even give me the refund because I had to go to my bank and get all this weird information because it took longer than 6 months for me to request a refund, but I didn't request a refund because it was their fault because it got pushed. It was just a lot of frustrating and I was about to never buy anything from City again.
Is this Puma again?
It was but it was directly from mancity.com. It was Puma, yeah. But it was them specifically who messed everything up. And so I was ready to never buy anything new from them ever again. It was I will just buy retro kits and a bunch of other stuff.
I do like that new Portugal kit. I've got to say, it's a nice cut. The boy looks nice in it. But yeah, Puma. Yeah, who wants to? It's got a nice detail. It's got some nice detail on the collar and stuff. It fits really nicely. I'll say that.
Oh, it's very new, 2025. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, I spoil my children that I don't see or speak to. Thank you very much. I'm supposed to be playing video games this weekend. We don't know what's going to happen. We've not been given an update.
Did you get the home or away?
Home, obviously. I was hoping to have the boy overnight because we're staying in Manchester. We've got a nice apartment. He likes it there. Everything's cool. We've been doing it for a while. But no, obviously by asking for that, I had to get him home half an hour earlier. So that's how fucking life works, isn't it? Hey, honestly, you lot, you know the type I'm talking to. Sort your heads out. What are you doing?
Get your shit together.
Oh. So the nothing was terrifying. Kim made me say that if I told the story about the nothing, that she is pretty sure that all of this was caused by a spin class, putting my earplugs in too fast, and she says that too deep, and then just not breathing properly is her take. So she thinks I've been an absolute fanny. So when I said that, I text you and I said, "There's absolutely nothing wrong with me. I am just being a fucking pussy," right? That is the goddamn truth. There's been nothing wrong with me whatsoever. There's nothing wrong with my bloods. Bit of oxygen, low, but it's because I don't know. It's all right. Got some, and yeah, I'm just a bit of a pussy. That's it.
I mean, have you thought about that though? Like maybe that you
I am a bit of a pussy.
Just...
I am a bit of a pussy. No,
That's
I am, and I think it. Well, I did perforate my eardrum, so I mean, it might just be that because it does make you feel quite ill and stuff. So,
and that's nobody can try to humble you like a partner, like a significant other. Like they are the only people who are like, hey, have you thought that maybe you're just making this up? It's just like you were not about to gaslight me.
We were worried.
Yes, naturally, and I'm sure she's just trying to bring some levity and some fun to a situation.
Well, I need the bathroom, so I think we should call the end of this.
Hell yeah, let's go. This is episode 8 of Redacted. Yeah, I've been chugging a bunch of water. I'm kind of with you. Rate, review, like all those fun things. We will be back next week unless he has another out of body experience. I am Crunk. This is my friend OPP.
Thanks.
See ya.